A worthy choice this year as valedictorian, I'm pleased to introduce to you Bryce Linus.
When I was picked to be the valedictorian, I knew that I had to make my speech awesome. So it was at that point that I said to myself, Bryce? Yeah, what? How are we going to make this speech awesome?
I don't know, we could sing a song.
Good idea. What were you thinking?
I'm thinking maybe we start with an F sharp.
That's good. But we'll get to that later.
Right, so what are you thinking of wearing?
Black suit and tie.
That's okay, but don't you think people are going to be expecting the orange suit to make an appearance?
But I figure I'll show up in a regular suit and tie, and then it'll fall off halfway through I'm going up, and I'll rip the rest off in a incredible looking thing that looks like this.
Cool. Yes, very happy.
I'm glad. But what should I say?
Well, say I'm glad.
No, I mean for my speech.
Oh. I don't know, just say something inspirational about growing up and how you've had a good time in high school, but now you're moving on and it's a bit sad, but you shouldn't be too sad about it.
That is exactly what every valedictorian speech is.
Exactly. The best way to give people advice on growing up and changing is to give them a slightly modified version of the exact same speech they've been hearing for their entire lives.
No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't want this speech to be just another valedictorian speech. I want it to be different. I want people to think back on their high school graduation and go, hey, that was different. And not just different from everyone else's valedictorian speech, but different from my own. And if being different means not wearing a fully orange suit, then so be it. Commencement's all about starting anew, new beginnings. Back me up here.
Beginnings, opening, start, inception.
Inception is a synonym of commencement?
Yes.
Why haven't we been calling this Inception?
I can't think of one logical reason.
Me neither. And get out of here, you attention-grabbing gimmick. I've got an Inception speech to do. Good evening, fellow classmates, parents, teachers, anyone else who's wandered in here thinking it was a house where you meet people. The word that I heard most often while putting together this speech was the word solemn. It's going to be a very solemn event. And I thought, solemn? Like the word meaning grave, somber, stern, grim, and humorless? Well, I certainly won't be having any of that. In my opinion, our collective graduation from high school should be one of the least solemn events of our lives. Here we are, a bunch of 17 to 18-year-olds about to leave high school, probably going to either university, college, or work. Yeah, sure, it's a bit nerve-wracking maybe, but I wouldn't call it solemn. We're in the prime of our lives, about to get to the age when we can legally buy boat. I see no reason to be somber about it. Starting soon, everything is going to be quite significantly changed from the way it has been in our recent memory, but, well, that happens all the time. And change doesn't have to be a bad thing. Even right now, everybody here is a result of the changes that they've gone through throughout their entire lives. Never have I looked at a baby and thought, I know exactly what kind of person that baby is going to be. Because that's not how things work. Changes are all that we are. And we've been constantly changing ever since we were born. Sometimes small things, sometimes big things too. I think it's safe to assume that very few people here remember their first day of school. A thing that we had, but it happened at one moment. We had our very first moment of school. A thing that we had never done before until that point. Now, I don't remember exactly, but that must have been huge. And we all got through it. And then the change from primary to middle school, where we, for the first time, had to change classes throughout the day to get to our different subjects. What? And then from middle school to high school, I was fuzzy on the whole concept of semesters. Why would they break it up into 4s? That doesn't make any sense. And then also exams. We have to continue to know all of the stuff that we've learned throughout the year because we're tested on it at the end. That was madness. So, having made it through the multitude of both big and small changes for the entirety of our lives, why on earth have we decided that this change is the solemnest? If I had to guess, it's because Lorne Park is awesome. Just the other day, I was walking through the school and just thinking about the insane variety of things that happen at our school. If you're in the drama room, you are one hallway away from the wood shop, which is one hallway away from the gym, which is one hallway away from music. In the same building, we have people learning Spanish and physics, making circuit boards and cutting open dead pigs, playing football and chess. We are here today, a group of unique individuals brought together by nothing but the general area in which our parents have decided to live. And we've managed to come together, doing whatever it is we feel like doing, and having a great time doing it. When I showed up here in grade 9, I only knew people from my middle school of Hillcrest, a very small minority of the total people here. But throughout my 4 years, I have met so many new people through clubs and classes, I think everyone has. I can't think of one group of friends that are all from the same middle school. In high school, we've all changed, but we've all changed together. And now we're moving on, leaving the school we've changed in, which some of you might find sad, but I would find it sadder if we stopped changing now. Here we are, things are changing, but they've been changing all along. Everything has changed, we too lost. Choice of standing still or moving on. Well, I'd prefer to keep on going, but I thought that I'd made that clear before now. Under these pomp and circumstances, I'd like to remark that I've loved being at Lorne Park. We don't know where we're going, but now it's up to you and me. Cause we've reached a point where choices can be ours. We're about to be thrown without even knowing into a bonanza of opportunity. And I intend to ride it out for as far as I can, and I'm not looking back. So under these pomp and circumstances, I'd like to remark that I've loved being at Lorne Park. somehow, even after that fantastic conception speech and song, encouraging you not to worry about your future, you are somehow still worried about your future, just remember, we are not trailblazers. The trail that we are about to set forth on has been thoroughly blazed already. People leave high school all the time. About as many people are graduating this year as there were people born in Canada in 1996. And a similar amount of people have been graduating every year. Not including the year they got rid of grade 13, when twice the number of people graduated. What I'm trying to say is that there have been enough people who have graduated that you would think they would have worked out any kinks in the system. I can't speak from experience, but I would find it very hard to believe that there is some hugely important thing that the entirety of educators have just not thought of. So live it up. I think it's safe to assume they've got you covered. It's just another school change. The only difference between this and the change from middle school is that Lorne Park is not a feeder school to some university. Lorne Park is a feeder school to life. There is literally, and I'm using that correctly, unlike most of us teenagers most of the time, a world of opportunity out there for us. From here on out, we can do whatever it is we want with ourselves. And I don't know about you, but I find that exciting. Yeah, sure, there's no safety nets, but biking isn't nearly as fun with training wheels. So go out, do what you do best, and I'll see you all in 2039 for the 25th reunion, right? And teachers for supporting me and letting me be my wacky self. All you guys for picking me, of all people, to be up here valedictating. And the English department for going along with this crazy idea of a speech. Now, to finish this off, there's only one quote/song lyric that I think effectively sums up the point I'm trying to make, and you can all join in if you know it. It goes a little something like this. Rickety rackety rickety roo, hullaba hullaba hullabaloo. Rickety rackety sis boom ba, Lorne Park, rah rah rah.